like, what do you mean the opposite of clinical?
No, because
Like clinical depression versus what?
how bipolar is a clinical disorder, and then schizophrenia is a different type of disorder, and there's a word for it, but I can't remember it. It's driving me off the wall.
But do you know what she's talking about?
Nobody seems to
Yeah.
know.
Can I see this for a second?
But
Yeah.
I'll text you about it tonight when
Clinical
I figure it out.
depression. That's what I'm thinking of, like clinical depression.
Yeah.
Versus like
Would it just be casual depression? Regular depression?
Like bipolar is clinical, schizophrenia is
do
casual.
you think it's emotional depression?
No.
I don't know.
Theoretical?
I don't fucking know.
If something's clinical, that means the doctor diagnosed it. What do you think? Like a medical professional.
I have to look this up. And like,
Is it going to bother you the whole episode if we don't
no,
get
it
it?
won't. We'll just move on.
Can
it's
we-
my birthday.
Welcome to Guffanti Brunettes and happy birthday, Sophia.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank
Sophia's
you.
birthday.
Hi.
Except when you're listening to this, it's not.
It's not anymore, but it doesn't feel like my birthday today, and you look a whole lot different. So I don't know what to do.
I know. I genuinely don't
I
feel
got
like
here and Emily was a different person. Her
my
face morphed.
My face looks really weird today. I noticed it as soon as I got home from Equinox, where I now belong as a member.
Nice. Congratulations, Em.
Thank you. But so today was my first day at Equinox, and then I came home. I showered there, and I steamed and everything. And then I came home and looked in the mirror to start doing my makeup, and my face looked like so weird.
Well, when I saw you, I saw that your face was glowing and your eyes just looked like different.
But when someone says your eyes look different, I'm pretty sure that that means that they look smaller and my face looks fatter.
No. That's not what I meant. Your eyes look a little tired or something.
Oh, that's not nice. But you know what? It's your birthday. You can say whatever you want to me today.
I don't know
your
if it's
day.
tired. It was just your whole face.
I don't know if it's your birthday. How about that?
I don't think it is. There was supposed to be a meteor shower last night. I was waiting for 2 hours to see the 500 shooting stars an hour, and there were none.
I know you sent me that, and at first I saw that it said like 400 shooting stars right now, and I was like, oh, the world's ending. Like meteors are like. I literally saw that text you sent me. Sophia sent me an article last night, like at
Unicorn
midnight.
meteor shower.
There was a unicorn meteor shower, but I read it as like right now outside there are 400 shooting stars. Like go see it. And I was like, oh, this is the end of the world.
Or just like a breakthrough to the new Sagittarius season.
Oh, well, you are a Scorpitarius. You're right on the cusp.
So this is still my season.
Yeah, but I have to say, like, I feel like tomorrow is the day.
Yeah. I mean, today can't be the day because I woke up and I was just like, it was like my red wedding. I was like bleeding a lot. It didn't feel good. You know what's weird? Every single year on my birthday, I have my period.
Really?
I get my period on my birthday every single year.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because
I'm
you're not
cleaning
on birth
myself out.
control and like your period would be every month.
But it's not, I hadn't had it in 2 months.
Oh.
And I
well,
got
'cause
it
you were doing the
on
emaciation diet.
November 22nd.
Wow, your birthday. Everyone,
birthday.
that's Sophia's birthday.
It's my birthday.
This is Guffanti Brunettes, by the way. We've got Pete on sound. I'm Emily.
I'm Sophia.
And it's your birthday. Well, I'm about to get my period, so we're in sync. We're
That
sisters.
makes sense. We see each other every week.
I'm trying to time it, though, because I'm going to Paris and London, and I will not have my period when I'm there. If I can't fuck in 2 other countries.
Well, you need to eat a lot of parsley then.
What does that do?
Parsley will induce your period and abort a baby.
What?
It's true.
Will induce
I thought I was pregnant.
my period?
It will induce your period.
So make it come?
It'll make it come faster. Or it will abort a baby.
What about when you're on birth control? It will not abort a baby. Do not go tell me that parsley aborts children.
It's an old way of aborting a baby. I remember when I thought I was pregnant, I took like a whole bunch of parsley and I just blended it, and I don't know, I never had the baby.
Well, you probably weren't pregnant. I feel like the younger you are, the more you think unreasonably that you're pregnant.
There's no way to know. I had severe diarrhea afterwards.
What are you doing with my phone over there? What are you doing with my phone?
John is up to no good.
He's holding my phone, and you asked for it a couple minutes ago.
You want to be on the episode again, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I couldn't lift on your phone because it's cheaper than Uber, and then I Venmo'd you.
You did? Okay. Cool.
I hope you didn't Venmo her.
Yeah,
He did. He did Venmo me.
He Venmo'd you.
Have fun, baby.
Will you tell me when it's...
He's pulling up right now. I would go.
Should I bring red?
Oh my
Red
God. Is it that
always.
kind of event?
No,
Bring a red. Bring a red. A red is good. Oh my God, you make me want wine. We have so much leftover alcohol from the party that we could like have a drink and still have a full bar. I have bottles of wine in the wine bottle holders now.
I know you didn't have. You should always have bottles of wine in your bar.
I know, because it's like so weird if someone comes over and it's like, you want some wine? I don't have any.
Yeah.
Bye. Love you.
See ya. Thank
fun.
you. See you tomorrow. Yeah. He's coming tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the Dalai Lama's coming to my house tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so tell us. What does that mean?
Tomorrow, I love that we just had that huge party last week, and we're going right into another party this weekend.
I agree.
I'm
having
a
great.
banger at my house, and I just left, and I saw that like my mom, and my sister were making spanakopita homemade. They have
fun.
like a little peanut butter chocolate cake ready for me.
You know what? Like, and we were talking about this last week when we were out doing the errands right before John's party. Party prep is so fun.
I love that I'm not a part of it though, and it's just all for me. Everyone's doing everything for me already,
and you get to like just watch them.
I get to watch.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I'm doing is the psych. So I'm having the psychic come, and she actually worked for the Dalai Lama's organization.
No, I'm gonna sound really, really dumb here.
What?
I've never known what the Dalai Lama is.
Me neither.
Okay. I think no idea what the Dalai Lama is.
I think he's Hindu, but I'm not even sure.
Is it a person? Is it an
Is he a guy or is he a woman?
What is the Dalai Lama?
It's a spiritual leader.
It's a person?
Yeah.
He is a spiritual leader of what religion? Buddhism?
The Pope?
But extremely simply, it's like the Buddhist Pope.
It's like the Buddhist Pope.
So this psychic works for the Dalai Lama?
Yeah, and she
Do
does
Buddhists believe in psychics?
Well, I'm sure if she worked for the Dalai Lama's organization. I don't know, though. I don't know anything about the Dalai Lama, but I saw that word, and I was like, I'm hiring her. I don't care that she's $700.
Wow.
I'll pay for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... I'm a little afraid to get a reading. I always am scared to get a psychic reading.
She's a good one. I told her she's not allowed to give anyone bad readings. If anything comes through that's not good, just don't tell them. I don't want anyone crying at my party. My mom just bought like 7 bottles of tequila, so you know that there's like, it's going to be like, we're all going to be drunk and
your
getting
hair
readings.
looks so good.
I just did it today. It's
really good.
It's my birthday hair. It's the last time I say it's my birthday. I can't stand it anymore. But she does a different type of reading, and she looks into your eyes.
Yeah, that's weird to me. That doesn't like make sense to me.
Well,
or is
what,
it amazing?
what would you believe more? Someone looking into your eyes, like the windows to your soul, or reading a tarot card and like giving you a reading? Like this woman
I'd rather
is the
her
real
like
deal.
talk to the heavens or something than look into my like. What is she gonna? What if I like what? What? She's gonna look at me and be like,
scared.
What?
You're gonna be
I'm
scared.
Gonna be terrified. You know why? I just really always think when I'm gonna go to a psychic.
Have you ever been to a psychic?
I've been to the one that my mom uses, but I was so young and I don't really remember. It was like when I was in middle school or something. But every time my mom goes to the psychic spends like a third of my mom's reading on me.
Oh wow!
And all good things.
Wow.
But I just know I'm going to go to a psychic and she's going to be like, well, this is coming. And
well,
like,
the last time my mom went to a psychic, my mom was like walking out the door and he literally like put his arms on her shoulder and he said, Sophia's very special. Like, didn't know my name.
Wow.
Didn't know anything. So then I went and I got my reading with him, and he was the one who told me I needed tantric sex and to do crystal readings, and that's exactly what I've been doing, and I've never felt so better.
You've been having tantric sex?
I feel like I'm on my way to having
yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. Good. I signed up for Equinox today.
Yeah.
Big move. It was kind of an impulse, and I don't know where I thought I had the guts to go do that. But it's like winter, and I'm like, I need to have a gym because I like to run outside, but when it's cold, I'm not going to run. And I'm like, I need to be in shape, especially because I'm going to Europe in a month. Yeah. So I'm like, I need to look good. Equinox is like on my block. I didn't know that. I found this out. So like today I was like, you know what? Yesterday I signed up like to start going today. And they have all these amazing perks. Equinox. Yeah. Like it's like a super nice gym. So they have like all these perks and everything, and they have a steam room, which is something where I was like, I want to use the fucking steam room because so nice. Like every time,
is it infused with any oils?
Eucalyptus.
Lifetime has that too.
Yeah. So, and I love steaming, and like honestly, I love that they have that. I will sometimes maybe just go to steam, like even if I don't work out.
Does it have the same sign at Equinox
that says like no foul play?
It says no foul. It also says no shaving. And I'm like, why would anyone shave in the steam room? But like it was actually an issue. Like people were shaving in the steam room.
That's
I
weird.
asked the front desk because I was like, that's funny. Like why would they put that? And they were like, people shave in the steam room because it opens their pores. So they have to literally make a sign that says no shaving. You are such an asshole if you do that.
There's no one shaving at Equinox.
Lifetime is like pretty. Well, no, Equinox I think is a little nicer.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah,
it's like an investment.
Yeah.
But
what do you do at the gym?
I just run.
Oh,
but I
can run for hours.
They give me an appointment with like I get a free like assessment. So I'm going to do that and like see what else I can do from these like genius trainers and like trying to and all their classes I can take for free. Like yoga, Pilates.
How much a month?
I don't even want to tell you.
I want to know.
I don't want to tell you.
And you were also saying that like you were like at this point like I can't afford to do anything, and then you went and you bought a new gym membership.
Yeah, well, you know when like you're spending so much money that it's like I'm like not stopping.
Yeah.
That's like where I'm at right now.
Oh, we switched places for sure.
Yeah, it's like not good, but I'm controlling myself. I'm actually not because Christmas is coming up. I gotta buy everybody gifts. I have your gift.
That's what October to January August to January for me is just nonstop buying gifts.
Nonstop buying stuff.
Nonstop gifts.
But anyway, so I joined Equinox. So I went today because I didn't have work today, and I went and I worked out, and I was like, I can't wait to use the steam room. And also want to say they have like private bathrooms there, which I really appreciate because like who doesn't have to shit after they go on the treadmill? And so I like the privacy of closing the door, locking it. It's my room.
That's nice.
I'm not in a stall.
Yeah.
Like so embarrassed even though no one can see me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go into the steam room. I go down to the bathroom. It's like midday, so like the only people there are like people who like it's very empty. So I'm like, okay, like cool. I kind of have the place to myself to check it out. I'm taking too long to tell the story. So I go
really waiting.
I know. So I go into the steam room and I like got naked and like was naked and like went into the steam room and then
you got totally naked in the steam room?
Yeah.
Wait, this is like a communal steam room.
Yeah, but the only steam rooms.
Why would you do that?
Well, that's
so selfish.
But the only steam rooms I've ever used have been like in somebody's home. Like
we have a steam shower.
Yeah, and like John has a steam shower, and I just like use it there. Like when I've used it, I'm naked, and so I like didn't even think about not being naked.
You were like, oh.
Until I was in the steam room, and there's a window in the steam room, so you could like see out and see into the whole locker room. So I'm sitting in the steam room, like ass naked, and like some of the women, like I feel like saw me and like looked away. And then this other girl came in fully in a towel and like looked at me and was like, "Oh, sorry." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not supposed to be naked in here." So I'm like ass naked in the steam room, but then I've been in there for like 5 minutes already.
Were you so embarrassed or like not at all?
Well, I reached a point where I was like, you know what?
You just had to convince yourself that you were fine and you were cool for doing it.
Yes, I was too far into it, and I was like, I'm here to steam right now, and I'm not gonna interrupt my steaming just to go like clothe myself with a towel. And then I was like, it's weirder if I now look embarrassed. I have to just act like I'm one of those people who's just like, I'm a woman and we're all women and I'm naked in the steam room. But then I was like, is it like a sanitary thing? Like, was that rude that I was like naked in there? Or like,
it was actually really rude, and I don't know why you would do that.
I really didn't think about it, and I was actually.
But you know what, I know someone, and you do too, who's had sex in the steam room. Like in the men's steam room.
Equinox is known for that. Did you know that?
Sex in the steam room?
Men have sex. Well, and then there's a sign, even on the women's one, that was like, please do not have sex in here. Basically is what it says.
Oh my God.
But the Equinox, like, downtown locations are known for like men, like, having sex in the...
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
But I've been hearing more and more about people like actually just having sex at the gym.
Yeah.
Like...
It kind of scares me a little bit.
Well, it makes,
because it's like, how do you know? Like, you don't know. At that
point, it wasn't bad that you were in the steam room. If Equinox is known for that, and you were just like, I'm just doing what everybody else does.
I honestly thought I would tell you that I was naked in the steam room, and you would be like, that's so normal. But you came at me with the total opposite reaction.
No, I would never be naked in the steam room. But I would also I most likely wouldn't go to a gym to work out because I have the gym in my home, and I don't like working out with people.
Yeah. Well,
I can do a way more hardcore workout alone in my home.
That's funny. I can't.
I have to. And also like people are always on the other machines, and if I'm in a circuit and I have to wait, I'm gonna get mad.
Well, I don't really do anything on the other machine, so I don't know what that's like.
Well, I have the Kayla app.
Yeah.
So I have my circuits, and I'm like, why would Kayla make an app for the gym? Because I don't even have all the equipment, so I have to modify everything. But like you wouldn't be able to do every circuit. You'd have to wait for other equipment because it's like 4 different workouts in 7 minutes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But I feel like if you go to the right gym, they have enough machines.
Or if you go at the right time, yeah. And I'm not. I never can.
I know. Well, now I'm nervous because I want to start going like before work, and today I just went at like 1, and it was empty. But like, what's gonna happen? What's it like
After
in the morning?
work,
there, I definitely can't steam naked in the morning.
Night is probably packed.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
You never want to go at night.
No, and I could. Yeah. The point is to relax when you're steaming.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the gym as like a steam room.
It's the whole gym is just your steam room. You paid that whole
amount that I won't say.
Yeah, so that you could just go in the steam room.
Yeah, basically.
That's what you did.
Anyway, so the landlord, last time we left on this podcast was we were talking about my voice. The last podcast, I can't talk today either.
That's okay. I'm a little stupid today.
I'm a little stupid today.
I
like didn't work,
5 hours
so I didn't. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So my landlord, last place. Oh my God! I just caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I look so different.
You do. You're a different person today.
That's so like. I really don't like that.
Really coming into Sag season, a different person. But actually,
Mercury, it might be the sweater.
Mercury's out of retrograde.
Do you think? What?
Yeah, it must be the sweater.
Do you see the difference?
You agree that I look different?
I don't think you look different.
Really?
Well, John said I look different once you said it.
You don't see like her eyes are a little different?
My eyes look like my face looks a little fatter today.
No, it's not. It's actually not that.
Really? Because I've seen people before where I'm like, you look different, and I mean that their face looks puffier. So I know that that's what it could be. Well, and when I look in the mirror right now, I see a puffy face.
Are you wearing less makeup?
No. You know what? I think it's the steam room. And the
your
eucalyptus.
Skin is glowing, but your eyes look like glassy. Not even tired, glassy.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to keep talking about the landlord.
I don't mean it in a bad way.
I know you don't mean it in a bad way. Okay. So last we left off, my landlord left me a voicemail after we threw this banger for John, and she was like, call me, it's so important. And I was like, I was too afraid to call her back, so I didn't. And then John and I were like, that night we were talking about like different excuses to make of like why like we did that and like how to get away with it. Because the previous week she had left me a voicemail saying like we had spoken on the phone about the noise complaints in general, and then the following week I threw a big party. So Sunday I was on set. Sunday was the day after the party. So I was on set all day, like acting in something, and John was here, and he hears like pounding on the door. So I'm going, Emily? And he was like, didn't answer, and then it's fucking her, and she comes into the apartment.
Walked in?
The landlord opened the door to my apartment.
You're not allowed to do that. She's not allowed to do that.
Is she not allowed to do that? Did John tell you this?
Walk into the apartment.
My landlord walked into my apartment, unlocked the door, and walked in.
She can't do that.
That's
like
legal?
Such an invasion of privacy.
But I wasn't. Yeah, I guess so.
You cannot do that.
She didn't even like call me to check. Like, are you home?
She can't do that.
So, well, she did, and John was here, and like he was like he was sleeping, and then he like came down in a robe, and he was like, "Hi, sorry, I'm like sick. I'm Emily's boyfriend." And she was like, "Where's Emily?" And he was like, "She's on set." And she went off on him for like 25 minutes, like screaming at him. She wouldn't come into the apartment. I wish she would have, to be like, look what we've done with the place. But she was stood out in the hallway and screamed at John, like, do you know what kind of neighborhood you live in? Like, she got 26 phone calls from other tenants and other buildings in the neighborhood.
That's annoying for her.
And the cops came 2 other times. Like, they came the 2 times that we were here, and then 2 other times, but they didn't know what apartment it was, and they didn't want to wake people up, so they didn't buzz. So they just, like, stayed outside. And they filed a police report, and she called my parents.
She called your parents?
Did
your dad, like, co-sign on the apartment or something?
He's my guarantor, even though, like, technically he doesn't need to be, but I'm freelance, so I can't, like, I need a guarantor. Oh. So, she went off on John, and John, we had this whole plan to tell her that like he just got back from Iraq and like, you know, we're celebrating his homecoming.
Veteran husband.
But then if we got in trouble for stolen valor, we would just say like, well, we didn't say he was fighting. We just said he was in Iraq. He was shooting a movie. So we had this whole plan and then the night before, John and I were like talking about it and spewing ideas, and we're like, we're going to tell her, you know what? Yeah, we threw a party and we left a note. We did not leave a note. We left a note on the door letting everyone know. And my husband just got home, like we were going to do this whole thing. And then she comes to the door and John was like, you're right. I'm so sorry. And like totally caved. And she was like, why didn't Emily call me back?
He was in a robe, though.
He was in a robe.
That's vulnerable.
She said to him, why didn't Emily call me back? And he was like, well, she's scared of you. She's like really scared of you. And she was like, well, I don't want her to be scared of me.
That? Yeah. Why did he say that? He's so bad on the spot.
I think he like calmed her down.
She's really scared of you.
He offered her coffee. He was like, we were going to send cookies and flowers. And she was like, I don't want fucking cookies or flowers. She was like, I've managed this building for 30 years and never once have I had anything this terrible. Like, this is out of control.
She sounds like a fucking monster.
Yeah, but then he like kind of calmed her down. And she was like, I was going to call Emily's parents. And he was like, I wouldn't do that. Like, there's just no need to do that. Like, Emily pays all her own bills. Like, there's no, like, you're not going to.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything.
So then he told me all this and like called me right after it happened.
And she still continued to call your parents?
Well, so I called her back the next day. She didn't answer. I left a voicemail. And then she didn't get back to me until 2 days later. So Wednesday. And I was like, and I was at work and like I was like in a meeting, so I couldn't answer. I called her back after work and I was like, hi, it's Emily. She's like, hi, Emily. I was like, did you get my voicemail? She was like, well, it didn't say much. And I was, cause I was just like, hey, it's Emily. I want to talk. Call me back. And then I was like, I just want to apologize for what happened. Like, I'm really sorry. It was so disrespectful. I love the building. I love my apartment. Like, I'm so sorry that I did that. And she was like, yeah, no, it was really messed up, Emily, especially because we had a conversation about this the week before. And then you went and threw a huge party. What is it, a frat house?
Oh, my God.
And I was like, oh, my God.
If only she knew the people that were here.
I know.
So respectable. If she came to the party, she wouldn't have thought that.
And, like, saw who, like, the guests of our party.
Yeah, the guests were we had, like, you had a nice guest list.
I know, but we were.
It was like, loud. We were playing music, but it wasn't offensive music.
No, but we
weren't smoking pot.
No, but we were stomping and screaming till like 3 a.m.
It was a party.
I know. She
People
was like,
don't
she said to me,
enjoy the sound of joy.
No.
Like, are you kidding?
She said to me, she was like, Emily, you can't do that here. This is the Upper West Side. You cannot throw raging parties here.
Oh.
And she's right.
Well, she is right. She's right.
But so we left, and she was like, and just so you know, I called your parents. I had to call them and let them know, you know, they're on the lease, Emily. I had to call them, okay? Like, that's what she sounded like. Okay. And I was like, okay.
And what did your dad say?
Well, that's the thing. I haven't spoken to my parents all week, and I wonder if it's because they're really mad at me.
Are they going to come to my party tomorrow? I really want them to come.
I hope so.
I really would love for them to come.
I hope they will, yeah.
We should invite them. Everyone in your family.
Yeah, I think they'll come. I think they
your
expect
landlord.
so.
Even though she's absolutely right, I hate her so much.
She's fully in the right. I'm just nervous now because I'm like, she's not going to renew my lease.
We have a next door neighbor at my next door neighbor. She calls the police with every party they have, but she always she got one of those speedometers on our street, and if you know where I live, it's in like a totally it's like a cul-de-sac, and she got a speedometer on our road.
Oh my God.
Because people were going, I'll be driving 30 miles per hour on my road, and she'll look at me and be like, what the fuck?
30?
And she gets so mad. I had my 13, I turned, when was it? 8th grade or something, or my freshman year. There was no drinking, no nothing. We just had a smoke machine in the basement. We had a party. She called the police.
She did?
It was in the basement. It couldn't have been that loud. Our houses are so spread apart. She called the cops on Dominic for riding a quad on the street.
Oh my God.
Like, she's a psycho bitch.
And what do the cops say when they get there?
They're just they said we've been getting complaints about
and what
either
do you guys
your parties,
say?
and then we just say we're sorry, and then they leave. Warren cops come in a second, and then they leave.
Can cops do anything?
I mean, if it's
they can't
it's not against the law to
I know.
have a party on your property.
I know. Well, I guess in a building like this,
we're making noise.
Yeah.
Sorry, we threw a party. That's why you moved to Warren, New Jersey. If
you want to throw big parties.
If you want to have a party, the houses are spread out enough.
Yeah, that's true.
She's such a bitch.
You can't do it in an apartment building.
Yeah.
Well, bitchy neighbors are just annoying in general.
So annoying.
I have a show.
I know. I saw you invited it to me. I wrote going.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going.
And so the show is on December 5th. If you're listening to this, please come. It's on December 5th at Zinc Bar, right below Washington Square Park. It's a jazz club. It's late. It's on the later side. It's at 10:30.
Nice.
But it's going to be really, really fun. There's music, there's sketch comedy, there's stand-up.
I miss your shows so much.
I miss them. And guess what?
What?
I'm doing a womanizer giveaway at my show.
Oh, my God.
So if you want a free womanizer vibrator, come to my show.
And the odds are already in your favor because I won't be signing up because I already have a womanizer.
Yeah. So if you win the giveaway, I'll give it to someone else.
Someone else will get it.
And you can pick who gets it.
Oh my God.
Isn't that great?
I'll look at everyone's face. I'll look in their eyes and see, like
Yeah.
the psychic, and see who I think needs it the most. I know someone
Vianney,
who
I'm
really
sorry.
wants it.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
She should come to my show.
She
Maybe
will
she
come
can
to
get
your show.
it.
She'll definitely come to your
Yeah.
show. For the womanizer, not even for you.
Other people from our high school got tickets already.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame them. I'm so excited for the show. You haven't
You're
had
coming,
a show
right?
in a while. Yeah.
We should do the podcast that day and then go to the show.
I love when we have a party podcast. Like today's a party podcast.
Because
so
tomorrow's...
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been having really bad dreams lately.
Oh no, this happened before. What
No,
are
it's
they?
okay. I think it's because I've been going to bed late, and I also looked it up because I was like, having nightmares, what do I do? And it said that it could be possible that I'm eating or drinking too much dairy before bed. And I'm usually not someone who like drinks dairy, but I did have Indian yogurt before bed. And I had a dream that my cousin Andrew and I were riding on a bike together. Like I was on his pegs, and there was a bat. And the bat came, it swooped in, and it literally decapitated Andrew.
Oh my God. And you saw him headless?
I saw him headless, like he was, and then and then the bat came around and bit the back of my neck, and I had to go into my house, and like I was like, Andrew has no head, a bat ate his head, and then like everyone was like, oh my God, we have to get him to the hospital. I was like, no, he has no head, and so I actually texted Andrew because I was like, Andrew's dead. Like when you wake up and you're like so convinced, you're like, that was too real. I hope he's okay. So I texted him, and then I was like, shit, I wouldn't want someone to tell me about like me dying in their dream.
I would be like, oh no way, really? But
Really?
that's all it would mean to me.
I like feel like I would never want. Like, what does that mean? And so I looked up.
I don't think it means anything. It's a figment of their imagination.
But isn't it like a Freudian belief to believe that your dreams mean something?
Well, about you. About the person dreaming
Not
them.
about someone else? What if you're a little clairvoyant?
No, in terms of Freud, your dreams only mean something about the person dreaming, not the people in your dreams.
So what did that
Your
mean?
perception of them doesn't determine who they
so
are
what-
and their fate, you bitch.
I was like, poor Andrew, he's going to die. I really lucked out. The bat just bit the back of my neck and it decapitated him.
How about this? I have frequent dreams that me and Jennifer Aniston are best friends. Does that mean, like, in real life, she's thinking of me?
Could be.
No.
Could be you're so connected to her.
I am pretty connected to her, but I think a lot of people feel that
Maybe
way.
that's not Freudian, but that's what I believe. I believe that if you dream about someone, it means something for the both of you. But that could just be, I'm a little crazy.
Part of me believes that when you dream about someone, like, they are dreaming about you.
Why not? Why
But
wouldn't
then
you believe
with
it? That's more
celebrities,
fun.
with celebrities, what's the argument there?
Well, they could, I mean, maybe they don't know it yet.
No. Because imagine how many people how many dreams Jennifer Aniston shows up in.
What if you manifest meeting someone?
Does she have crowds and crowds of people in her dreams every night to make up for how many people are dreaming about her?
I don't know what it would do to her.
Or Justin Bieber. How many people are they meet him in their dreams?
I don't know.
That doesn't mean he's dreaming about them. I debunk your argument. It's over.
And it's my birthday.
I know, I'm
Let
sorry.
me have it.
I do when I dream about like an ex-lover, I'm like, how desperate they're still thinking about me, even though I dreamed about them.
I don't know. I really think it means something on both sides. It has to.
So you're telling me your cousin Andrew's going to get decapitated?
Not decapitated, but I looked up what a bat dream meant. I'm trying to
Is
remember.
he coming to your party?
Oh, he's definitely coming.
You look too many things up.
Why?
Because, like, where are you finding the answers on the internet?
Anything that comes up first.
Yeah, you can't trust that.
No, but
Too much dairy before bed?
I'm serious about the parsley thing.
The parsley thing I have heard before.
Yeah.
And I think it's from you, so.
No, it's not from me. It's actually like a real thing. People eat
when they think they're pregnant?
When they think they're pregnant or to induce a period, that's a real thing.
Well, okay, and if anybody listening to this has, the camera stopped. If anybody listening to this has advice, okay, I'm my landlord now.
Okay.
I'm going to Paris on December 17th, right?
Yeah.
And so right now it's the 22nd and I'm about to get my period.
Yeah.
I'm on birth control, so I'm going to start my new pack on Monday.
Right.
So I can't I can't control my period because I'm on a regulated period cycle.
Okay. Well, if you don't think fasting could stop your period?
Well, you know what I will say?
Did keto stop your period?
No, but
stopped mine.
When I diet or change my diet very extremely, my period won't come or will be weird or will be so bad.
Yeah.
Even if I'm on birth control. And I think now with Equinox, I'm in the mind state of I'm now paying for this terribly expensive gym. I have to go.
Well, yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start being a lot healthier and working out more.
Try fasting. You will lose your period.
I was fasting for a little while, but also I don't want
not as much as I was.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to work out and fast.
So then it's the only thing you can do is parsley. It's the only thing you can do.
But I'd rather just skip the period altogether. Or I could keep taking the pills.
Yeah.
They say you could skip your period by not taking the placebo pills.
Is that true?
Yeah, but I don't know how good for you it is. I'm just so scared that anything I'd fuck up about my birth control is going to make me infertile.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that.
I know this is the one area of expertise you don't have because you're not on birth control.
I will never go on birth control. I just can't.
And why not?
I was on it for a little bit and it really fucked my stomach up. I always felt like I was on the verge of vomiting.
Are you sure? How did you
know it was the birth control. I was only on it for a month.
So how do you know?
I don't ever want to I don't want to be in that. And my emotions are so intense and all over the place. I can't deal with any of that. I can't deal with my mind being a little messed up. It fucks you up. It makes you more emotional. It makes you act like you're always pregnant.
Oh my God.
It's true.
I wish I could argue against you, but I feel like
it does.
I feel more emotional on it. I cry a lot more.
Well, it's estrogen.
I don't want to be on it.
Well, you're on estrogen. And I've been talking to this new guy, and he was we got to the point yesterday where it was maybe we could have sex, and it was no, too soon. We're not gonna have sex yet because I'm when you think that there might be potential to be with someone in the future, you don't want to ruin it with sex because what's the rush?
Absolutely.
If it's not that important, you're yeah, we could just have sex. It doesn't mean anything.
But if you're this might be something, let's wait.
So yesterday we were making out a little bit, and then he was well, you're not on birth control, and I was yeah, well, I could just take Plan B, and he was so you're just gonna take Plan B every single time?
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
But really people listen.
Whoa.
People think they're oh, Plan B, it's so bad. It's really just a high dose of estrogen.
So just go on birth control.
I don't want to do that every time.
No, Sophia, I remember that we learned in health class.
In school they said it debunked. Okay? Look it up. It's not real. No, it's not real.
Plan B is the equivalent of 3 months of birth control in one pill.
Okay.
So it's not good to take it a bunch of times.
Yeah, but what's going to happen if I do? I can't get pregnant ever. It's not real. That's not true. It's estrogen. It's just a high dose of it.
Then why wouldn't you just take it all the time?
Because first of all, I'm not going to get come inside of all the time. It's a special occasion when it happens. And I want to make that special. I don't want to do that every time. So I'll just take Plan B when it happens, and then the pull-out method is 80% effective.
Oh my God. See,
right?
Well, I guess...
And then if you map out your period and where it is...
Whoa. See, I was thinking, because I simply do not know sex without being come inside of, and I refuse to give up that pleasure and privilege. But, so that's why I'm on birth control. So, because to me, it feels weird, ending not together as one.
Yeah, no, it feels better and it feels more emotional and you feel more connected. It's definitely a lot better. I wish I could do it all the time, but I won't go on birth control for that.
What I will say, did you hear that?
I also feel I can't get pregnant. I feel I'm barren.
Well, that's a whole other area of conversation.
Keep going.
I will say that I have been thinking about doing the rhythm method. And
I think that's smart.
No, it's not smart. Everybody would tell me not to do it because I'll get pregnant. But I really do believe that since being on birth control, like I cry and like my eyes well up over stupid shit a lot.
I never cry.
I don't know if that's
I don't. I never cry. I cried for the first time
the other night.
Yeah,
I was texting you about it.
Yeah.
I can't tell if because I went back on birth control right around the same time I started going to therapy. And I'm wondering if like going to therapy has just like made me more in touch with and aware of and not afraid of my emotions. So I like let them out more, but I don't think that's it. I think genuinely being on birth control, even though I am on the lowest dose, I think it has an effect on me emotionally, and I don't want to be on it at all, but I also want to have sex freely, want to become inside of, and don't want to use a condom, obviously. But then I go like, the rhythm method is a real thing. And like, if you actually track your period, you should know when you're ovulating and when you're not.
Exactly.
And then I don't have to be on birth control. And it's not like, I mean, it's not like John and I are in the beginning of our relationship where we're like fucking 10 times a day. Like, it's not like that risky anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could, and I feel like if you're listening and it sounds like a horrible idea, please like DM me and tell me like, absolutely do not do that. You will get pregnant.
I'm going to vote that you do it. Because
The rhythm method?
The rhythm method, because it is a real method and it works. If you're ovulating, you just don't have sex. If you're fertile, you don't get come inside of.
Well,
I've been doing this for years.
I know, but I
gotta knock on wood though, because I'm like,
there's a risk.
Get pregnant now.
There's a risk. I gotta find wood for you.
And someone was telling me, and I don't know if you believe this too, but they were like, if you're in a relationship, the more connected you are during sex and the more passionate it is, the more likely you are to get pregnant.
Oh, well, then sex. I really can't go off of it.
Well, that's how someone argued my logic.
When I have sex, literally with John, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying specifically with him, not usually. That made no sense. I was trying to say when I have sex, and then I felt weird. Like, I feel like when I say when I have sex, it sounds like with who?
Don't sugarcoat it. Just say what you mean.
Okay. No, I'm saying like the other day we had sex, and I literally felt like I wanted to just be lifted up into heaven.
Like, start.
It was just so
you were like floating.
Good that I was like, fucking take me now. I can go now.
Oh my God.
Like, so
you said something so funny to me before, and you were like, when I'm orgasming, I just want, what did you say? I
want all the dicks of the world inside of me. That is how I feel though. I'm like literally plug my ears with cock.
Well, it was just the most relatable thing that you've ever said.
Yeah. So, but this was not even when I was having an orgasm. This was like during it. I was just like fucking everything right now. It was awesome. So I know that if that's sex for me, I'll get pregnant day one.
Yeah.
If your theory is true.
Well, I still think that the rhythm method works.
I really do want to try it. I really want to go off birth control. I think it makes me more agitated. Like when I get my period.
I don't know though, because I'm going based off of not getting cum inside of.
So,
see, you would if you're going to get cum inside of all the time, you might get pregnant. You can't do that. You really just can't. I would say.
I don't want to be on birth control
anymore.
anymore.
Only get cum inside of when. Or get an IUD.
Nope.
It's like the same thing though, because it still releases a hormone. In my head, I don't know why. Initially, I thought that an IUD was just a thing that they put.
They make that. They make one without hormones.
They do?
And it just literally blocks your
yeah, but it makes your period.
What are they called? Fallopian tubes.
Yeah, it causes really bad cramps though.
Terrible cramps.
Here's the worst cramps.
Bottom line, I don't want anything inside of me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be putting anything in my body that's meant to stop my natural flow of egg.
That's like a chip that you put in your arm. Have you seen that one?
Fuck that shit.
That's
Fuck that noise.
You're taking a pill, Em.
I don't want to take the pill anymore.
Get the fuck
I don't want
off
to take
of it.
anything.
And really, honestly, for you, what's the worst that could happen? You and John have a cute little baby. You guys are going to be together forever.
Pete, I feel like if we did have a baby, everybody would take care of it.
I would take
everybody's
care of it.
baby.
I won't even have a baby because I'm barren.
Are you kidding me?
Like the whole friend group.
I would abandon all of my
Pete just, oh. Yeah.
so
Pete just
cute.
said he would abandon all of his jobs. I also feel like all of a sudden, if I got pregnant, I would somehow like be making millions of dollars to take care of that baby.
You would be a
You know what I mean? It would just happen.
You would be a super mom.
Part of me thinks that if I have a baby, if I get pregnant, my career will just take off.
Flourish.
Because I'm pregnant and it's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, you know the feeling of being pregnant because you're on birth control, so you're always pregnant.
Is that birth control tricks your body into thinking you're pregnant?
All the time.
Okay, I gotta get off of this shit.
It's crazy.
I've never cried so much than I have this year.
I know you haven't. I remember. I've seen it.
And my mood swings.
You're not real. You are emotional, but you are not that emotional.
I'm not, and I feel like I've been so emotional this year.
Yeah, and it's like and you're like,
why can't they?
And every time you've been crying, you're like, I don't know why I'm crying like this. Like you're pissed because you're like, this isn't even right.
The other night, I had a crying spell. Like the same night you had yours, actually.
Oh, really?
But
we were both going through it.
No, but
night.
and it wasn't anything like John was with me when I was crying, and he literally was like, "Okay, breathe in, 2, 3, and out, 2." He was like, "This is a PTSD breathing method," because I was literally like, "And I can't, no, I don't," like I couldn't get anything out, and I was like hysterical.
Oh my god,
that never used to happen to me.
Yeah, you. I don't remember you ever being that emotional. If anything, you're more emotional than I am now.
Now, yeah,
yeah, because you're just pregnant,
and I don't want to be anymore. I guess my body's just
pregnant
permanently
with no baby.
Pregnant with no baby.
You're pregnant with no baby. My crying spell was because Dominic.
Chuck Bass just texted you?
Chuck Bass just texted me.
Why did your phone just ring with Chuck Bass?
Well, Chuck Bass just texted me.
Who's Chuck Bass?
I haven't received a text from Chuck Bass in so long. It's Mike Davino. He's probably saying happy birthday.
Who's Mike Davino?
You don't remember Mike Davino from school?
No.
We gotta block this out. He's like engaged to be married, and I feel like his like fiance wouldn't like that he's texting me.
I'll cut that out.
Yeah, we gotta cut that out. But his fiance came to me, and I'll tell this story because you're gonna block out the name, so it doesn't matter. When I was waxing, sometimes people from high school used to come in, and they'd get so nervous when they saw that I was the star waxer, and they were booked with me.
I would hate that if I were them.
Yeah, but like it's like get over it, you know. Just let me do it. I'll give you the best wax in the world. She came in and she saw me. I was like, "Hi, so nice to meet you." I actually didn't even recognize who she was, and she was like, "Oh my god, I know who you are. You can't wax me." And I was like, "I can." I was like, "What's your name again?" She's like, "You know who I am." And I was like, I really like I don't. And then I like looked at her name. I was like, "Oh, I remember you from high school." I was like, "You're getting a Brazilian?" She was like, "Oh, you can't touch this. This thing, sacred." She said it was sacred.
Oh, wait. I thought you were saying that she was like, I'm too embarrassed.
She was I thought that's what she was saying too, but then she said it was sacred. I think she was too embarrassed, but that is like no way. Like, what are you trying to say?
That's how she was trying to play it off, like my vagina is too sacred for you to touch.
Her vagina was too sacred, and immediately I wanted to text Chuck Bass and let him know. Like, your fiance is a fucking monster. She thinks her pussy's sacred.
Oh my God.
I know. Like, would you ever, if you knew someone when you go to European Wax Center, if you saw someone you knew that was going to wax you, would you actually walk out the door and reschedule?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, usually. Are you kidding me?
Are you serious?
Sophia.
I like can't even believe that.
It would have to be like, oh my God.
I was making her feel so comfortable. I was like, oh my God. And then my boss was there and she was like, seriously, Sophia is like the best waxer we have here. Like you're in really good hands. And she's like, I just can't. And she's like being so weird about it. I thought that was weird.
Sophia, I don't think it's weird for her to be like,
I had no clients today and you were my one shot. And she laughed.
I feel weird that there's someone from our high school who washes my hair when I get haircuts. And I feel weird sitting there, her touching my head.
Really?
So having to expose my pussy to someone from high school, it's like that. I feel like your pussy is like your dick. It's like, that's really who I am. You're about to see really who I am. My vagina.
We're all girls, and it's my job and my duty to do your Brazilian wax.
Oh,
just
so then, but I can't get naked in a steam room.
I mean, it's just not the same thing. She made an appointment to get naked. People didn't go to the gym to see you naked.
What's the steam room for?
Not to get naked. It's just to be steamed.
Naked? But what's the point of sitting in a steam room in a towel if the steam can't get to my whole skin?
You could wear a bathing suit at least, or your like bra and underwear. Just like, don't get your whole pussy on the chair.
I was sitting on the stone bench,
and then you're like
excreting
like sweat,
pussy juice,
sweat, and Probably breast milk because you're always pregnant.
Oh my God. I have scars on my nipples from my nipple piercings.
Do you? Well, I have scars on my breasts from just my boobs growing too fast. I got stretch marks so bad. And every time a guy sees my boobs, they're like, what's that? I'm like, my boobs grew too fast.
Wait, I remember you had them and someone else we were friends with in middle school had them.
Nikki had them bad.
And I was, I'm sure she's glad
she
you said
doesn't
that.
care.
I remember always feeling jealous that you had stretch marks because I felt like you were more of a woman for having them.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, now I don't feel like that is not the case. I just have stretch marks left over from when I was 13 years old.
That's so weird.
They don't go away. And then when I was going to get the nipple reduction, because I have giant pepperoni areolas, I was going to reduce that. And they were like, well, it looks like because you have active and literally that. Literally that is actually and then cut one areola into more of an oval. One's a circle and one's my tits are all jacked up. They are all jacked up. It's so embarrassing.
I'm eating like salami.
You're literally eating my boobies right now. You are eating my areola. And then the doctor was like,
it is not that big, Sophia.
You've seen it. You've seen it. Yeah.
I think it's this big.
You don't think it's that big?
This is like bigger than a pepperoni on a pizza.
It's probably close to it. And then I fast now and I lose all this weight and now I'm just left with a giant areola. I wish I could show you, honestly. It's like no real boob and just an areola. I will get the boob job one day, but I'm actually at the point where I just don't even feel like I care that much anymore.
I like that.
I actually don't think I care anymore. I'll just take my like I'm going to get my nipple sucked and it's not going to feel good anymore. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's why I will never, like, last resort, if I ever have to get a boob job, I will.
Yeah.
But my nipples are basically like my second and third clitoris.
Yeah. Oh my God. I could orgasm right away from it. Right away.
So I will. Have you seen Parasite, the movie?
No.
Pete, you saw Parasite, right? When they're the sex scene in the movie, it's just like this hot sex scene. He knows. They're on the couch, and the husband just like reaches over and starts rubbing the wife's nipple.
Oh, you know that's my favorite move, Em. Don't do it.
And like she's wearing silk pajamas, and he starts like rubbing her nipple. And I was sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'm tingling.
I would get so aroused from that.
I was so
just
aroused.
from hearing about that made my little vagina tickle.
You made your fanny flutter.
Yeah.
You never see that kind of sex scene in a movie, like the nipple as the stimulant.
You're doing it again.
I was like,
it
oh
always
my
comes
God.
back to this, Rosette.
Rosette. It does.
I think Rosette's coming to the party tomorrow.
That's
We're all
great
going to be
news.
doing this the whole night. We got the surround sound and nip rubs.
Oh my God.
Going all night. It's going to be so fun. But back to what I was...
Sophia's party if you just want your nip rubbed. I always try and rub John's nipples to like be like, come on, don't you feel it too? And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, that sucks. You don't know what this will ever
guys
feel
actually
like.
don't feel it at all.
It's like the coolest feeling ever.
Why do we
It's
get...
honestly cooler than getting like your clit touched. Getting your
Well,
both
I
nipples
use the
rubbed?
womanizer on my nipple.
Yeah,
I love it. I absolutely love it. It sucks and vibrates my nipple. And then I'm like not even touching my vagina and somehow I'm like almost orgasming. I'm like, I know this isn't what the womanizer was made for, but it helps.
I remember when I like partnered with them initially, they were like, you can use it on your nipple as
Wow.
well. Yeah.
I thought I came up with that.
No, it's really smart.
Who wouldn't think that as they're like,
And I have
they're like down here and they're like,
yeah, why not? I also have like 3 womanizers, so I'll just put like one on each.
Well, it's like every
I think I would die.
all the dicks in the world.
I'll take all the dicks in the world. No, there's something about though, like whenever I use a vibrator or masturbate, I want here we go. I want to be like rammed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I turn into a fucking slut alone in my room when I am masturbating. I'm like, I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, fuck me. fuck me. I'm like, oh,
I literally talk to myself.
I
out
do too.
loud.
I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Pete's face.
But I'm not like that during sex at all.
I want to talk about more
Actually,
of this.
sometimes.
We should move it to dinner because I've got some other things I want to say that I
Okay.
think are just too much.
Okay. I also wanted to just ask you a question too about like just the beginning of a relationship, and I don't even know if like you remember.
That's like the most vivid part of the relationship I remember.
Because
everyone always remembers the beginning. You can never forget falling in love.
I know, and it's like it's really nice, and it feels good, and like it's usually like a really lusty feeling. Sometimes it's not. You never know what it's gonna be. But I've been like feeling like I've been holding back a fart for this entire beginning of the relationship.
What do you mean?
Don't you feel like the whole beginning of a relationship is just holding in your farts? Do you know what I mean?
Kind of.
The entire time I'm with this guy, I just feel the need to hold in my farts.
Do you mean that on like a bigger scale, or do you mean literally holding in farts?
I'm holding in a fart every time I see him.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I still don't fart.
My stomach is actually not doing good the more I hang out with him.
Well, I still don't fart in front of John.
Really?
And if I go into the other room and I I do that.
Parcel
tongue. But I agree. I know what you're talking about. In the beginning, I would always be like holding in a fart around him.
It's really, really
and then you get really bad, like bubbly stomach.
I remember with my ex-boyfriend, he was really into butt stuff, and so I just always I actually ended up having like really bad stomach problems, and I'm like, I can't go through this again. I can't go through the
from anal?
Well, no, because I knew he liked it, so I knew he was always going to be looking at my ass, and so I never wanted to poop and I never wanted to fart, and like I just like held in my poop like every single day, like every time I was with him, because you know how when I get into a relationship, we're hanging out like constantly.
Yeah.
Like we never stopped seeing each other. So I like held in my poop for like 3 days, and my stomach got fucked up. Like I had to go to the doctor.
Oh my God.
It was really bad.
Wait, only after 3 days? I've gone like a week.
Well, I mean, I was doing that for the whole relationship, and then I was like going as far. It's gross, but like.
Oh, John just got dropped off. Hey, Emily, thanks for riding with Shamsul.
Oh, that was a kind of far ride.
Yeah, he went to Brooklyn and he didn't take the subway.
Ride. I thought you were going to relate more to that.
I thought that because you said, can I ask you something about the beginning of a relationship? You thought it was going to be like
genuine.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to be really genuine.
But I will say that like in the beginning of the relationship with me and John, I felt like, sorry, I don't want to like chew and talk. I felt like, you know how like when you go to therapy and then like you leave and like you finally adjust your hair and like pull your shirt and like kind of like
get it together.
Yeah. I always felt like in the beginning of the relationship, every time I hung out with him, I like was not getting it. I'd like go home and be like, oh, I didn't fluff my hair. I haven't like checked my phone. The world stopped.
Oh yeah, when you're with them.
I guess that's way cuter.
That is so much cuter. But I can also
it's almost like holding in a fart. Like I'm not paying attention to anything around me, and like my biggest thing with my hair is always like I leave somewhere and I'm like I didn't fucking fluff my hair.
Your
Looks like
hair
someone
is
sat on my head.
My lips. Your hair is my lips. My lips turn into pure crust once I finally like finish hanging out with them. Yeah, but like,
do you have linoleum with you? I was gonna ask you for some.
I don't have it with me today, but
my
tomorrow
lips
I will give you
chapped.
linoleum.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, don't
worry.
Can
I tell you a little
Sheep
story
sweat.
that pissed me off?
Yeah.
I think I already kind of told it to you, but on Monday, I talk for a second. I put another thing in my mouth.
You have to stop eating during the podcast.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm eating your areola.
I know. Does it taste good?
Delicious, super savory,
meaty.
You can't have it because you're a vegetarian.
I already have it on me, so I don't need to worry about that.
So on Monday, I got my nails done, and I've been looking for a nail salon that's like closer to my apartment because like I want to go close to home.
Yeah.
I found a really good one in the West Village, but that's like far from here, kind of like for something as like quick as nails are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so the last time I went to that one, did you see my whole Instagram story about it?
About the nails?
Yeah, I went to this nail salon that like totally fucked me over, way too expensive, took so long, like
I hate that.
Was bad.
Yeah.
So then I found one that's like literally 2 blocks from here, like so close, almost as close as Mason. And so I went there, they did a nice job. It was kind of expensive, but I was like, okay, they're close to home, they did a nice job, like gave me what I wanted. But then like it chipped so easily and it was like gel polish and I was like, the fuck? And you know with me, as soon as it chips a little bit, I'm peeling the whole thing off. I almost feel
like you were probably pre-picking it without even knowing.
I wasn't. No, the one like chipped the same way this did. All right. And then I peeled it all off.
Are you getting a tip or just gel nails?
A tip and gel.
Oh. That should last.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Do they file it after they put it on? Because that drives me wild.
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay.
So that night it chipped, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is gel on a tip. I paid like $70 for this. Like, this is so fucked." And I can't not pick it once it started chipping. So I picked at it, and I picked the whole thing off. So then Wednesday, the same day I got this landlord phone call, I'm already like sad from that.
Yeah.
So I go to the nail salon. I walk in. I'm like, "Hi, this came off. Like, it chipped, and then I peeled it off. Yes, but like it chipped. Can you just like do the one nail?" And she was like, "Oh, okay. Okay, I'm lying a little bit. 2 other nails chipped, and I like partially picked
And then
them.
you picked it off a little bit. But
Partially on the other 2.
But you
I
had
was
to
like,
make it look worse than it was,
Yes.
and that's fine.
And I
you
have a
shouldn't
bad
have had to deal
habit.
with the initial chip.
The initial chip. So I went in with my 3 nails, and I was like, "Can you just fix these 3?" And she was like, "Okay, 42." And I was like, "What? $42 for 3 nails?" Like,
No, they're not supposed to charge you if their work chips.
I know. Well, and I peeled it, but it chipped.
It chipped.
So I was like, $42, and she was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay, no, free." And I was like,
it's
"Okay."
You could bargain, I guess.
Yeah,
there.
it went from 42 to free.
Keep that in mind next time you go, if you ever go again.
Yeah. So then, well, no. So then I'm like sitting down getting them, like she's fixing the 3. Meanwhile, she's bringing like fucking literally every staff employee one by one coming over going, like talking in Chinese, like, "Look," and like laughing and going, "Oh my God." Like clearly talking about my fucking nails. And I'm like sitting there like getting red in the face. Like, this sucks. I did not come here to get bullied in another language. And so I'm like sitting there and like, you know when you think the nail ladies are talking about you, but it's like, well, it's crowded. It was like me and one other lady in there, and it was like this woman like talking to her pedicurist about her church.
Yeah.
So I know they were talking about me. She was bringing people over, showing them my hands, and they were like talking and laughing. And I was like, this is so rude.
Yeah, and then everyone says like that it's a cultural thing. I like just because that's a common thing to go to the nail salon and then the women are like kind of speaking in Korean or in Chinese
About you. In front
and
of
laughing, and you know they're talking about you, and it's like I don't care that they're speaking in a different language. I know that they're talking about me.
Right, and it's like, I'm your
They're
customer.
literally pointing and talking about me, and I'm supposed to think it's a cultural thing.
No, she was lifting my hand and showing the other woman, and then they'd like laugh, and I was like, "What the? Your thing chipped."
Yeah.
Like, yes, I peeled it off because I have a picking problem.
Well, you remember what happened with my mom? I actually never even explained it on Guffanti.
Wait, can you tell it? Can I just wrap this up and then you tell it?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm getting the 3 done. Then she starts like putting a top coat on all the other ones and like touching them up and like massaging my hands, putting lotion on my hands, doing this whole extra service that I didn't ask for. And I'm like, oh, she's trying to get more money out of me.
Yeah, you were just asking for a fix.
Yeah. So then I go to pay and I take out a 20 and I'm like, should I just give her the 20? And I'm like, no, this is not, no. So I give her 20. I'm like, can I get 10 back? And she's like, oh, not all for me? And I was like, 10, can I get 10 back? And she was like, oh, okay. Not
She
very
had
nice.
balls.
And I was like, okay. And so I just like took the 10 and then I almost like left her the 10 like out of being bullied. And then I was like, no, like I took the 10, I just like left. And I was like, fuck this. Like that was so mean. I really wanted to keep coming here because I live right here. But like you just made this whole thing. I didn't ask for all that extra shit. And like, sure, I should, like maybe I should have given you 20, but like $10.
Was it a nice salon?
As a tip, $10. Like, kind of nice, yeah, expensive. Like it was so
No,
mean.
you have to go back in New Jersey. You can't go there anymore.
No, I found a place in the West Village. It's just like far from me, but I'm gonna go back to her because she was great, cheaper than everyone, nothing ever chipped.
Yeah, that's so shitty.
I know.
I hate going like leaving the nail salon and feeling like you've just been abused.
Yeah, and then like I somehow still feel bad about it.
Yeah, like this is supposed. They did that to me actually once at Village Nails because I didn't know extra meant that I had to pay extra. I thought it was just an extra massage.
Oh yeah. They
Because
always do that. They're like, more massage.
They always give me extra massage, and then one day they're like, "Would you like extra?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she charges me $30, and I was like,
"No."
And so next time they said that, I was like, "I don't want to pay for it." And then she still gave me extra anyway, and like. I don't even know. Like maybe they know because I'm big
too afraid
tipper.
to say I don't want to pay for it.
But what happened to my mom was really fucked up. She went to this new salon, and she was getting her nails done with this guy for like she had been going for like maybe a couple months, and she goes consistently. She stays with one person, and one day she asked for French ombre, and he immediately copped an attitude. So I guess he didn't like doing French ombre. And so the whole time she said he was watching anime cartoons on his phone, and he kept looking, laughing at the anime, and then he like kept like kind of like pushing her hand like to put it in the under the light. He's like, Liza, go. Liza, do this, and like kept yelling at her. And then at the end of the service, he like randomly just came up to her and said, he was like, and it was after she tipped him. She was like, Liza, you never come back to me. You're too picky. I never want to see you again. She was like, this was in front of the whole salon. I was like, I don't, she was like,
what the fuck?
She was like, I probably said all of like 2 words to him. Like when he was doing the French ombre, she was like, can you make the shape a little bit more pointed? And he was like, ugh. And like, he got like really mad.
And she's been going to him.
And she's been going to him, and he's never had a problem with her.
Oh my God.
So I went back in, and I like didn't tell him who I was. I went under Sophia Bertelli, like I do. That's my alias. And I waited, like when it was time to give him
You're
the
such
tip.
a good daughter.
I had to do this for my mom because she's done so much for me. And when it was time for him to get the tip, I embarrassed him in front of everyone. And
what did you do?
I took a video of it. I put it on my story.
I remember this, and I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I'll show you.
The camera
it.
stopped.
Oh, we have to turn it on. So I went in, and I was like, so and so. I'm gonna wait till it turns on. Whatever his name was, I was like, you did a great job, and these might be the best nails I've ever had, but I can't tip you today because you abused my mom last time she was here. I was like, you verbally abused her, you embarrassed her in front of everyone, you waited for the tip, and then you took the tip, and then you told her never to come back and that you never wanted to see her face again, that she was too picky. I was like, that's not right. That's not professional. But then in that moment, I felt like a hypocrite because I just kept visualizing the moment that I was doing nails when I was in the spa. I used to do nails in the spa, and there was a lady who was being so picky with me, and I actually threw the file at her chest, and I told her to do her own nails.
Wait. That's the story you should have told. You threw it at her and said, do your own nails?
She was from India, and she was like very picky about the way, and she told me she wanted her nails done in 1 stroke. Impossible. I said, your nail beds are far too big. I can't do your nails in 1 stroke. And she was like, they do it in India. And I was like, okay, well, we can't do it here. I was like, we're using Essie.
1 stroke?
1 stroke. I was like, if you chose an OPI color, maybe I could. But these brushes are small, and I can't. And then I was filing her nails. She's like, no, you file like this. She took the file out of my hand, shows me how to do it. I didn't even want to be doing nails. I was fresh out of cosmetology school trying to make a little money.
Yeah.
Trying to make a little extra money doing regular manicures. Like, you're not going to fucking boss me around on how to file your nail. I don't even care. To be completely honest with you.
So what happened?
So then she
took the file.
She took the file out of my hand, gave it back to me after she showed me how to do it. And I was like, you know what? And I threw the file at her chest, and I said, do your own nails. I was like, I'm done with this. And then I told my boss. And my boss had just done her hair before an event, and she was the worst customer. So she was like, it's okay. Like, I understand. She's like, but you're going to have to deal with people like that, and you need to learn how to handle it. You can't throw files at people.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm sorry, but I was going through a really hard time, and I like had my period, and I was crying. But like,
you
what
deserve,
the fuck, people?
Yeah.
But
no,
I felt like a hypocrite doing that to him because I was like, he could have been having an off day.
Oh, it was a man?
It was a man, and he was very short. So usually when they're very short, it means they have a temper. I don't know. I've just found that to be true. But yeah, I thought he had to learn
story. You've never told me that story.
Yeah, I thought, and I was saving it for Guffanti for so long. I'm so glad I just finally got to tell it.
I have so many of those where I'm like, mental note, tell it on Guffanti. And
I know,
forget.
and then I just forget. Yeah, he was awful, but I think he definitely learned his lesson. I left my Yeti there though, so I thought that might have been my bad karma. My Yeti Hydro Flask.
Oh, the guy who you yelled at for your mom.
All the Guffanti watchers know I'm a Hydro Flask girl. And I left my new Yeti there, and I was so pissed. And I was like, I can't go back now. And like after I was like I had so much adrenaline running through me, I almost got in a car accident. Like
oh my God.
But I had the video to show my mom, and I was like, look what I did for you.
Yeah, and was she happy?
So happy. She bought me a new Yeti.
And that's why she's throwing you a big banger birthday party tomorrow.
Big banger birthday party.
That was a great story to end on. The camera's off. I think that's a sign.
Yeah, we got to stop.
Guffanti Brunettes. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Happy birthday, Sophia.
Thank you so much,
Come to my show on December 5th, Thursday, Zinc Bar, 10:30 p.m.
Can't wait. I'll see you there. We'll choose who gets the womanizer.
Oh my God, maybe I'll have you choose.
I would love to choose. I
might have to talk to them. That might not be how it's going to work.
It's okay. But like, otherwise, just put it in a raffle.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. We love you so much.
Love
Guffanti
you.
Brunettes.